It's time to snuggle up tight for some magical bedtime stories with BubbaBoo.
On a quiet Halloween night along Moonlight Lane, soft orange lights twinkled from every porch, and little paper lanterns swayed gently in the breeze. A girl named Mila stepped outside with her tiny lantern in hand, her cat Whiskers following closely behind. She wasn't looking for anything spooky. She simply loved the feeling of calm Halloween nights, when the air smelled like caramel and the leaves rustled playfully across the road. As Mila walked near the old oak tree, she noticed something unusual. A tiny round pumpkin, no bigger than her head, was wobbling on the ground as though trying to get her attention. She moved closer, and to her surprise, the pumpkin slowly opened to warm, glowing eyes and gave her a gentle smile. The little pumpkin introduced himself as Pip and explained that he had been waiting for someone kind to help him. He told Mila that the Halloween magic on Moonlight Lane was fading. If it disappeared completely, the lanterns would stop glowing, the candy would lose its sweetness, and everyone's costumes would turn plain and dull. He said he couldn't fix it alone. Mila felt a warm sense of responsibility. She promised Pip she would help. Whiskers meowed in agreement as if he understood the importance of their mission. Pip explained that to restore the magic, they needed to visit 3 special places before midnight and whisper a simple charm of kindness. Mila felt ready, and together the 3 of them set off down the lane. Their first stop was a little garden filled with soft, floating ghosts who giggled like bubbles. They weren't frightening at all. Their glow reminded Mila of tiny nightlights. One of the ghosts, named Glimmer, floated toward them and seemed delighted to see Pip. Pip told the ghost why they had come, and Glimmer nodded eagerly. Mila stood in the center of the garden and whispered the gentle charm that Pip had taught her. Instantly, a warm sparkle drifted through the air, and the ghosts twinkled brighter than before. Mila could see the magic slowly returning. They continued their journey to a small, cozy cottage with a purple door and warm steam rising from the chimney. This belonged to Willa, a gentle witch who wore fuzzy slippers and carried a soft smile. She invited them inside, explaining that her cauldron hadn't been bubbling properly ever since the Halloween magic weekend. She poured Mila a cup of sweet pumpkin tea and asked her to repeat the charm near the cauldron. Mila whispered the charm, and the pot immediately began to bubble and glow, filling the room with the smell of cinnamon and warm spices. Willa thanked her warmly, relieved that the magic in her home had been restored. For the final stop, they walked to the end of Moonlight Lane, where a tall tower stood, home to twinkling bats that slept upside down like little ornaments. When they entered, the Bat Queen, Bella, fluttered her wings gently. She explained that the sky above the lane had been growing dimmer every night because the magic wasn't strong enough to keep their sparkles glowing. Mila climbed a small step, closed her eyes, and whispered the charm for the last time. A soft breeze picked up, and thousands of tiny glowing sparkles rose into the night sky, lighting it up in shades of purple and gold. Bella thanked Mila for her kindness, and the tower seemed to glow brighter than ever. As Mila, Pip, and Whiskers returned to the center of Moonlight Lane, the lights in every house shimmered with renewed strength. Pip glowed brighter than he ever had before and happily told Mila that she had saved Halloween for the whole neighborhood. The ghosts, the witch, and the bats all gathered around her. They created a gentle swirl of wind and light, and when it settled, Mila found a small glowing pumpkin crown resting softly on her head. It was a gift to remind her of the magic she had restored. Everyone thanked her once more before returning to their homes. Pip told Mila that he would always remember her kindness and that the crown would glow every Halloween night as a sign of friendship. Mila walked back home with Whiskers beside her, feeling warm and proud. The night was brighter than before, not just with Halloween lights, but with the magic of kindness and courage. When she finally lay down to sleep, the glowing pumpkin crown sat on her bedside table, casting a soft, comforting glow that lasted long into the night. And that was a Halloween when Mila helped save the magic of Moonlight Lane. As the last sparkles faded into the sky, Mila understood something very important. Halloween wasn't truly about costumes, candy, or spooky decorations. It was about the kindness people shared, the gentle magic that came from helping others, and the courage to do the right thing even when it felt new or unexpected. She realized that even the smallest acts of whispering a charm, offering a smile, or choosing to help a friend could brighten the whole world around her. And from that night on, every Halloween on Moonlight Lane shone just a little brighter. All because one brave little girl chose kindness. Thank you so much for listening to our BubbaBoo Bedtime Story tonight. If you enjoyed this magical Halloween adventure, remember to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more cozy stories to help you drift off to sleep. Good night, little stars.